Very good. Tell me what you have decided to do this afternoon. Tell me what you have decided to do this afternoon, please. This afternoon.
This
I'm
afternoon,
going to.
I'm going to visit a customer this afternoon.
Very,
This afternoon.
very good. Okay, one more. This afternoon.
This
I'm
afternoon,
going to
I'm
visit a
going to
customer.
visit a customer.
Very good. In a house, are the bedrooms usually downstairs? In a house, are the bedrooms usually downstairs? No. In a
No,
house,
in a
the
house,
bedrooms
the
aren't
bedrooms
usually
aren't
downstairs.
usually
They're
downstairs.
usually
They're
upstairs.
usually upstairs.
And is the living room usually upstairs? And is the living room usually upstairs? No. The living
No,
room
the
isn't
living room
usually
isn't
upstairs.
usually
It's
upstairs.
usually
It's
downstairs.
usually downstairs.
But if you had to get to a room that was on the 10th floor of a building, would you take the stairs or the lift? If you had to get to a room that was on the 10th floor of a building, would you take the stairs or the lift? If I had to
If
get
I had
to a
to
room
get
that
to a
was
room
on the
that
10th
was
floor
on the
of a
10th
building,
floor of a
I'd take the
building,
lift.
I take the lift.
Is this my top lip? Is this my top lip? No, it
No,
isn't
it
your top lip.
isn't your top lip.
It's your bottom lip.
It's your bottom lip.
Do you think women look better with or without lipstick? Do you think women look better with or without lipstick? I think women
I think
look
women
better.
look better with lipsticks.
Very good. What system of government do you have in your country? What system of government do you have in your country? We have a
We have a
democratic system
democratic
of
system
government in
of
my country.
government in my country.
Very good. Again, that's the end of our revision. Let's have new word.
Okay. Mm.
Very good. Okay, next. Repeat. Stale.
Stale.
Sailor.
Sailor.
Very good. Okay, listen. Sail is a verb. It means to travel on or across an area of water in a boat or ship. For example, I want to sail around the world. Sailing isn't a popular sport in my country. Sailor is a noun. It is someone who works on a boat or ship. For example, my uncle is a sailor. I don't like to be a sailor. Let's practice. Is sailing a popular sport in your country? Is sailing a popular sport in your country? Yes or no?
No,
Sailing isn't a
sailing
popular
isn't a
sport
popular
in my
sport in
country.
my country.
Would you like to be a sailor? Would you like to be a sailor? Yes or no?
No,
I wouldn't like
I
to be a
wouldn't like
sailor.
to be a sailor.
Very good. Now let's talk about emphatic do. Okay, do as an
Emphatic do.
very good. Okay, repeat. Deny.
Deny.
Exclamation.
Exclamation.
Stress.
Stress.
I do speak English.
I do speak English.
I do like this book.
I do like this book.
Very good. So we change the tone because there's an exclamation point at the end.
Mm,
Okay,
mm.
listen. As you already know, we use the auxiliary verb do for the present simple, but only in questions and negative sentences like, do you have a pen? Okay. It is not used in the positive. For example, we say, do you speak English? Or I do not have a bag. However, when we want to be emphatic about something, we can also use do in a positive sentence. For example, if someone says to you, you don't speak English, you can reply, yes, I do speak English. In situations like this, we put a heavy stress on the word do. I do speak English. Stress. The word stress is a noun. It means a great force in pronunciation. At work, stress has a different meaning. Like stressful. Okay, let's practice. When do we use the auxiliary verb do in a positive sentence with the present simple tense? When do we use the auxiliary verb do in a positive sentence with the present simple tense? We use the
We
auxiliary
use the
verb do
auxiliary verb
in a
do
positive
in a
sentence with
positive
the present
sentence
simple
with the
tense
present
when
simple
we want to
tense
be
when we
emphatic.
want to be emphatic.
Very good. Okay, next, listen. Deny. The word deny is a verb. It is to say that something is not true. We usually use the emphatic do when we want to deny something that someone has just said because we know it is not true. For example, if someone says to you, you don't eat healthy food, and you know it's not true, you can deny this strongly by saying, yes, I do eat healthy food. Okay, let's practice. When do we usually use the emphatic do? When do we usually use the emphatic do? We usually
We
use the
usually
emphatic
use
do
the
when
emphatic
we want
do
to deny
when we
something
want to deny
that
something
someone has said
that someone has
because
said
we know
because
it
we
is not
know it
true.
is not true.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. For example, i-
For
if
example,
somebody says,
if
you
somebody
don't eat
says,
enough
"You don't eat
vegetables,
enough
I can
vegetables,"
reply,
I can
yes, I
reply,
do eat
"Yes, I
enough
do eat
vegetables.
enough vegetables."
Very good. Okay, reply to this sentence using the emphatic form. You don't know what I've got in my pocket. Reply to this sentence using the emphatic
Uh,
form, please. You don't know what I've got in my pocket. Yes, I do know
yes, I do
what you've
know
got in
what
your
you
pocket.
got in your pocket.
Very good. Okay, next. Listen. Exclamation is a noun. It is something you say or shout suddenly because of surprise, fear,
Mm,
pleasure, etc.
mm, mm,
Another use of the emphatic do is in an exclamation. For example, I do like this book, and he does speak good English because you're surprised.
mm.
Let's practice. Tell me another use of the emphatic do. Tell me another use of the emphatic do, please. Another use
Another
of the
use of
emphatic do
the emphatic
is
do
in an
is in
exclamation.
an exclamation.
Very good. Give me an example. Give me an example, please. I do hate
I
noisy
do
children.
hate noisy
He
children.
does write beautifully.
He does write beautifully.
Very good. Okay, next listen. Of course, we can use the emphatic do with the past tense or past simple too. For example, I did study hard last year, and I did like the book you gave me. Again, reply to this sentence using the emphatic form in the past. He didn't cycle home yesterday. Reply to this sentence using the emphatic form in the past, please. He didn't cycle home yesterday. Yes, he did cycle home
Yes, he
yesterday.
did. I go home yesterday.
Cycle home. Very good. Okay, next
I,
listen. Remember that we only use the emphatic do with the present and past simple. With other tenses, we just stress the first auxiliary verb or the negative word in the verb. For example, yes, I can speak English well. And no,
mm,
I won't make a mistake. Okay, let's practice. Reply to this sentence using the emphatic form, okay? You can't read quickly. You can't read quickly. Yes, I can
yes, I
read quickly.
can read quickly.
The weather's been good. The weather's been good. No, the weather
No,
has
the
not been
weather
good.
has not been good.
She doesn't love her family. She doesn't love her family. Yes, she does
Yes,
love
she
her
does
family.
love her family.
He came to school early. He came to school early. No, he didn't
No,
come
he
to school
didn't
early.
come to school early.
We shouldn't tell him the news. We shouldn't tell him the news. Yes, we should
Yes,
tell
we
him the
should
news.
tell him the news.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Hip,
Ki-
hip,
Hit, hit,
arrest.
mm, arrest.
Very good. Okay, listen. Hit is a verb. To hit means to touch someone or something quickly and hard with your hand, stick, or anything that you're holding it. For example, I sometimes hit my head getting into a car. Always.
Mm,
Arrest is a verb. It means to take and keep someone, such as a criminal, and put him to prison.
mm,
For example, if I hit a policeman, he'd arrest me.
mm.
Okay, let's practice. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're hitting the
You're
table
hitting
with
the
your
table
hand.
with your hand.
Have you ever hit your head getting into a car? Have you ever hit your head getting into a car? Yes or no? I've
Yes,
hit my head
I've hit my head
getting into a car.
getting into a car.
What did happen if you hit a policeman? What did happen if you hit a policeman? If I hit
If
a
I hit
policeman,
a policeman,
he'd arrest me.
he'd arrest me.
Have you ever seen anyone arrested? Have you ever seen anyone arrested? Yes or no? I've
Yes,
seen
I've
someone
seen
arrested.
someone arrested.
Very good. Next, repeat. Fairly.
Fairly,
Okay, first one. Fair.
fair,
Fairly.
fairly,
Just.
just,
Moderate.
moderate,
Unfair.
unfair.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word fair has five different meanings, which are as follows. Fair hair means blonde hair.
Mm,
Industrial and agricultural fairs.
mm,
Just, moderate, and fun fair. Okay. For example, people in Northern Europe have fair hair. I don't have fair
mm.
hair, I have black hair. Number two, industrial fair and agricultural fair are both nouns. In an industrial fair, you can buy cheaper industrial products such as machines, batteries, car
Mm,
parts, etc.
mm,
In an agricultural fair, you can buy agricultural products such as plants, seeds, flowers, and
mm,
vegetable seeds for planting. For
mm,
example, I've been to an industrial and agricultural fair. Number three, just. Just is an adjective. Just means equal. For
mm,
example, if I ask everyone in this room 20 questions but only ask you two, it wouldn't be fair. It would be
mm,
unfair, unjust. Unfair is an adjective. It is the opposite of fair. Moderate is an adjective. Moderate means neither very good nor very bad, like so so. Moderate. For
mm,
example,
mm,
I speak English fairly well now.
mm,
Fairly is an adverb. Fairly means more than average but less than very. Number five, fun fair is a noun. Fun fair is known as amusement park, a noisy outdoor event where you can ride on machines, play games, or win
mm,
prizes.
mm.
For example, Disneyland and Disneyland Sea in Tokyo, which is in Chiba, okay, are some examples of fun fair. Okay, it should be like Disneyland Chiba.
Okay.
Okay, so let's practice. What are the five meanings of the word fair? What are the five meanings of the word fair? The five meanings
The five
of the word
meanings of
fair
the word
are
fair
fair hair,
are fair hair,
industrial and
industrial
agricultural
and
fairs,
agricultural fairs,
just, moderate,
just,
and fun fair.
moderate, and fun fair.
Like, do people become darker and darker in hair color as we go towards the north of Europe? Do people become darker and darker in hair color as we go towards the north of Europe? No, people
No,
don't become
people don't become
darker and
fairer,
darker
darker and
in hair
darker
color
in hair
as we
color
go
as
towards
we go
the north of
towards
Europe.
the north of
They
Europe.
become fairer
They
and
become
fairer.
fairer and fairer.
Very good. Have you ever been to an industrial or agricultural fair? Have you ever been to an industrial or agricultural fair? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've been to
I've
an
been to an industrial
fair.
fair.
Very what kind? What kind? They sell
They sell, they sell some
machineries.
machines. Yeah,
Machineries. Machineries.
machineries.
Very good. If I ask everyone in this room 20 questions but only ask you two, would that be fair? If I ask everyone in this room 20 questions but only ask you two, would that be fair? No. If you
No,
ask
if you
everyone
ask
in this
everyone
room
in
20
this room
questions
20
but
questions,
only ask me
but
two,
only ask me
it
two,
wouldn't be fair.
it wouldn't be fair.
It'd be unfair.
It would be unfair.
Unfair. Very good. Okay, next. Do they ever have a fun fair in your town? Do they ever have a fun fair in your town? Yes or no?
Yes,
They sometimes have
they sometimes
a fun
have
fair in
a
my
fun
town.
fair in my town.
Do you speak English fairly well now? Do you speak English fairly well now? Yes, I speak
Yes,
English
I speak
fairly
English
well now.
fairly well now.
Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to our reading.
Okay.
Okay, so reading starts at stage 5, paragraph page 340. Okay, please start at headword actor, actress, famous film star.
300. Okay. Actor, actress, famous film star. Would you like to be famous? Yes, I'd like to be famous. What's a film star? A film star is a famous actor or actress in the cinema world. Tell me the names of some famous film stars, please. Johnny Depp, Penelope Cruz, etc. Name a few famous people in history. A few famous people in history are Shakespeare, Einstein, Michelangelo, etc.
Very good.
Industrial agricultural region. What's the most industrial city in your country? Tokyo is the most industrial city in my country. What's the most agricultural region of your country? Hokkaido is the most agricultural region of my country. Apologize, apology, keeps somebody waiting. What do we say when we apologize for doing something wrong? When we apologize for doing something wrong, we say I'm sorry. If you keep somebody waiting for a long time, should you apologize? Yes. If you keep somebody waiting for a long time, you should apologize. What's the noun of the verb apologize? The noun of the verb apologize is apology. Avoid. How can we help to avoid becoming ill? We can help to avoid becoming ill
Bye.
by living a healthy life.
Very good.
Bend. Do you have to bend down if you want to touch your feet? No, I don't have to bend down if I want to touch my feet. If
No more. But it would be
but it would be the
the
easiest way.
the easiest
Yeah,
way.
the easiest way.
Mm.
Century. Which do you think was the best century in history to live in? I think the 20th century was the best century in history to live in. Fashion. Do you like the fashion in clothes at the moment? No, I don't like the fashion in clothes at the moment. Gate. Does this school have a gate outside it? Yes, this school has a gate outside it. Worry. Be worried. Do some people worry too much? Yes, some people worry too much. Are you worried about your future? Yes, I'm worried about my future. Why should you not worry if you don't immediately understand some of the grammar in this book? I shouldn't worry if I don't immediately understand some of the grammar in this book because I will practice it again in other lesson and I can study it at home. Run. When we are in a hurry, what must we do? When we are in a hurry, we must run. What's the
Furthest.
farthest you've ever run? The farthest I've ever run is 42 kilometers.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Uh, Past
past
continuous.
continuous.
I was speaking particular while.
Okay, we stop there for
Okay.
today, but very good
Okay.
reading, very good dictation, and very good practice for today.